Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Defining Discipline podcast. I'm your host, Scott. Defining discipline is a lifestyle, a mentality, and a brand. And within this podcast, we're going to focus on self-improvement as you follow along with me on my journey. We'll also hear from special guests of all walks of life on this podcast and their remarkable journeys that led them to where they are today. Today is day 158 of my journey. At the beginning of the year, I challenged myself to run 365 days out of the year this year, all outside, bearing the elements, whatever they may bring. I had also originally challenged myself to run 1,250 miles within that time frame, but I got way ahead of schedule, so I had changed that to 1,500 miles for the year. Now, this is only my second year ever running. Within the first full year running, I was able to run 1,002 miles, and I did that within 175 days out of the year. Now, this year, I had also challenged myself to run two big races, one being a 50K trail race and another being a marathon. The 50K trail race is now behind us, guys. I did that 2 days ago, and it was tough. Still kind of recovering from it right now. My body is really beat up, really sore. Was able to make it into the basement today to film, unlike the last 2 days. Was able to run yesterday, was able to run today, really slow paces, but still got out there, still on the streak. Got the 31 miler done. Such a great feeling, guys. I talked about it the last 2 days. We'll touch about it a little bit in today's episode, not too much. But so I decided to run that 50K and am doing a marathon here coming up in October. So we're going to get that training plan going as well. And you can continue to follow along every single day. So, like I said, today is day 158 in a row of running outside. Got out there today, put in 1.6 miles. That put me at 1.6 miles for the week because it is a Monday, which put me at 41.3 miles for the month, which put me at 701.5 miles for the year, ladies and gentlemen. Now, every single month I do a 100-mile challenge, and we do that in honor of a charity where I donate money, and I also start a fundraiser and try to raise awareness and money for it as well on Facebook. The first 5 months, we were able to raise money and awareness for 5 great charities. We were able to hit the 100-mile challenge in all 5 months as well. Now we're sitting here in the month of June, and we're raising money and awareness for the Alzheimer's Association, because June is Alzheimer's and Brain Awareness Month, ladies and gentlemen. So, if you would like to make your donation to the 100-mile challenge in honor of 100-mile challenge for June in honor of the Alzheimer's Association, you could find the link to do that on the Defining Discipline Instagram story, as well as the Defining Discipline Facebook story, or my personal page's Instagram story, or my personal page's Facebook story. Now, again, I wanted to let you know that all the donations that do get made to this fundraiser go directly to this fundraiser. Facebook takes zero cut. That's why we continue to do all of these fundraisers this year through Facebook, because it's the easiest platform everyone can get to really fast. And again, they're taking 0% of the donations. So on top of that, I do know that times are tough and not everyone is able to make donations. Or you're able to make a donation, you still want to help out. Another good thing you can do, guys, if you really want to help out, is you can click that share button and share this fundraiser so other people can see it and be aware of what's going on. Even if they don't donate, at least they can be more aware and understand and get a little bit more information about Alzheimer's and Brain Awareness Month in the Alzheimer's Association. So let's try to just hit that share button, spread it so people can see it. That is the main thing we're trying to do, is raise awareness as well as funds for these charities. So, it being Alzheimer's and Brain Awareness Month, let's just kind of talk about it real quick. Brain health is something I really have been trying to be more conscious about and have been trying to take care of myself about. So there's some things that a lot of people do to try to improve their brain function, like nootropics, lion's mane mushrooms, There's just a lot of other diet things in the diet that you can really do, like fish oils, omega-3s, MCT oil. There's a lot of good things for your brain out there, guys. So, do your studying, but really, really try to take care of your brain. The brain is the most important organ in your body. Obviously, your heart is very important as well, but your brain is what sends signals to get to all the other organs to get them to work. Your brain is the supercomputer of your body. So let's try to really take care of it, guys. And let's also try to, again, just be more aware of what dementia kind of does. And dementia is a very, very, very harsh disease to deal with, both for the person that is suffering from it and the family. I know it's something that is very, very, again, hard to deal with, guys. So just be aware of that, and let's, again, try to do things, and let's hopefully this research, we can find some more ways that can fight and counteract Alzheimer's disease and just help better brain function in general. So if you guys can, again, make those donations and click that share button, and we've talked about, kind of just been made a little bit more aware about some things. Now let's get into today's episode 158. Today's episode is going to be about impact. And I want to talk about that because I don't think a lot of people realize, I think a lot of people, especially even myself, we underestimate the actual impact that we and our actions have on the world. And I've been impacted myself, and when you think of being impacted by something, especially something that's very moving like that, it's literally like being, like, impact is such a perfect word. It's like being hit with a sack of bricks. It's like a revelation. And sometimes you find those revelations in the darnest places, the places that you really think you would never find them. And I did that. I God's honest truth, I found so many answers to most of my problems within places that I just didn't want to look, within doors I didn't want to look in. And I was impacted by people that I was avoiding because they were saying things that I needed to hear. Now, and not even just saying things, they were doing things that I needed to see was possible to be able to really push myself and discover what I would be able to do. So, like I said, don't underestimate the impact that you have and what your actions have. Every little thing is going to reflect onto someone. Someone's going to, nothing you do is going to escape something or someone. I mean, yes, you can get out there and maybe you can go do something by yourself and no one's going to know you do it, but every action that you do is going to have some kind of impact on someone, somewhere, and something. And the more you really think about it, even the small things that you think may not make a difference, if you really just try to aim to do better in those instances, everything will just work out so much better for you and for everyone. I promise. The things that you do and then we do, they are so important. Even the small things. And it's something that I've been discovering, on a daily basis. It's literally that has been a revelation in itself for me, is really realizing how much of an impact we have. And sometimes you don't see the impact. Sometimes you won't recognize the impact. Sometimes you may be blind to the impact. Maybe you're looking for it so hard. Maybe you want to impact so badly, but you just don't see it, or it's not enough in your head. But on a deeper level, I think the impact that you have is the impact that the world needs at that time. You may think that I'm only impacting a few people with doing this. Why is it even worth it? Well, maybe that out of that few people that you did impact, maybe that person was having a bad week, and maybe they were thinking about doing bad things. and maybe you impacted them because you did something that changed their direction and their trajectory, and then maybe they go off and they do something great because you impacted them so much that they changed their outlook, and maybe they touch the world and change and help a million people out, or something crazy. You never know what your impact can do, and it can really, really, really have this domino effect that is amazing, guys. So I kind of came to this again, this revelation, because I started asking myself how I truly wanted to impact the world, because I realized everything I do is impacting the world. And how do I want to impact the world? How do I want my actions to be reflected out into the world to come back to me? The things that I do and the way I treat other people are the way that's going to get that I'm expecting to be treated. Not necessarily, exact like that, but I it's better to lead by example than to and then to contradict yourself. So I really just started asking myself how I wanted to really impact the world. Did I want to be more expedient and just do things for money and spew out lies just for a quick rich scheme, or do I want to really try to do better, and do I really want to try to work on myself and work on becoming a better person in return, that other people can see this and maybe they can work on themselves, and then maybe we can start a community and maybe we can all work together and we can try to really fix these problems that no one wanted to just talk about because they just want to blame everyone else. I just think that we could do so much better if we really focused on being better and really trying to impact the world in a better way by focusing on impacting ourselves and really, again, just trying to put out the best energy we can within the world instead of making everything about right or wrong or this or that. Really just trying to bring peace to every situation and to really impact the world in a positive light. Like, let's really try to make better of these situations. And yes, there are going to be situations that it's just impossible and there's going to be force needed. But again, the impact that you have, your actions are so huge. Even with force, there's a proper way to go about things, guys. So let's try to really impact the world, and let's try to really understand that our impact has a huge influence on people. And another thing I really did, and I really thought about, and it made me think about it, and it's something I would like you, if you're listening, to really think about. Everyone says that everyone says it's worth it. Okay, everyone says it's worth it. If I told you you could just impact one person for the better, if your actions could impact one person for the better and send them on a trajectory upwards to success, to happiness, to wealth, not necessarily greedy wealth, but just a nice wealth and just a happiness. If I told you that your actions and your impact could change one person's life like that, would it be worth it? And I really truly believe that most people would say yes. I would change someone's life for the better, just even if it's one person's life. Even if it's just one, it is worth it. I would change a person's life for the better because I want that person to be happy. And a lot of people think that, and I even think that. I thought to myself hard, like, yeah, maybe I can impact someone. Maybe I can really impact someone and change their life for the better. And then the more and more I thought about it, just that one person, right? It's just that one person that matters. Because maybe it's that one person that can reflect onto the next person. So, what if I told you that you could do that right now? I have an answer for you that you could change one person's life right now for the better. This ain't even just an experiment, but that you could really do it. And if you've already answered yes, you would, because we've all want to change that one person's life to really help them out. And if I tell you that you can do it, and I'm going to tell you who you can help, you're going to have to do it. And that person is you. You can help yourself. You are that person. All you have to do is impact yourself. Your actions are going to impact the world. But you have to first start with yourself. You have to do better. You have to really, really, really strive to be better. If you really want to change that one person's life for the good, that person has to be you. Okay? Really strive to make that person wealthy. Really strive to make that person happy. Okay? And when you do that, the impact that you are going to have on the community around you is going to reflect onto them. I don't know if this is the answer. This is just something I truly believe, guys. I believe that our impact that we have on each other is much bigger than we truly believe. And before I leave, I just want to leave you with this on impact. Me doing this podcast, these episodes, training every single day. I've had support here and there. Again, I was feeling, parts of me were feeling down. Maybe I wasn't having enough impact. Maybe I felt, again, this thing wasn't for impact. It was never for impact. It was for me to keep myself honest, to continue to really push myself, to challenge myself. So, if I never get any views, I don't really care. But, starting to see a little bit of impact, it gets you excited. And then I started to think that maybe I wasn't having any impact, and then I started to get in my head. But it's in those moments when you really start to doubt yourself, and you start to maybe think, why am I doing this? But I'm doing this for myself. But you think, well, should I continue posting? No one cares. It's not like I can still just do what I'm doing and not post and not continue putting all this time and effort into something if maybe no one's going to care. But then, I do see those couple posts or those couple people that reach out to me and tell me how big of a difference I'm making in their lives. And then I do have those people that, really reach out to me and say, awesome job and keep up the work. And, then you really start to see that impact. And again, maybe it's not a huge impact. Maybe it's not, 1 million people, 1 billion people, but sometimes that's not the best impact to make. Sometimes just that personal one-on-one impact, that you changing that one person's life could mean more than having millions and millions of fans that don't, whose life you may have never really changed. They just know that you're semi-famous because of whatever, because your impact is so big, your influence is so big. I don't want to influence, I want to impact. So that's something I'm going to leave you guys with, is that statement right there. 2 is I don't want to influence, I want to impact. So other than that, guys, that's pretty much it. So for your daily discipline, it is to really think about your actions that you're making and how they're really impacting those around you. Um, what are you kind of, putting off that maybe you don't like about yourself that you wouldn't like to see in other people? What are some things that you could do to really impact yourself? Like I said in that story, if you could just impact one person's life, and you would want to, just because it's worth it. If that one person's you, then let's do it. Have that impact, guys. Your daily discipline for the day is to impact your own life. Have an impact on other people's life by working on yours. So that's what I'm doing. Maybe it's not the answer for you. It is what it is. That's what I'm trying. I'm going to continue to do it. We're day 158 in. Today was episode 158, Impact. I want to thank you guys so much for following along and listening. I'm just kind of tired and out of it. I have been these last few days, still trying to recover while still running miles, and then went back to work today. That was interesting, not being able to really bend over and do anything, but it's fun, good day. It's great to be back. So thank you guys so much for listening. This is the Defining Discipline Podcast, episode 158. I am your host, Scott. Make sure you guys get out there and get your daily discipline done for the day, and you stay disciplined. I would also advise you to please give us a like, a subscribe, a follow, and a share on our Instagram, our Facebook, our TikTok, our YouTube, and whatever podcast streaming platform you guys have been following along on and listening to. So other than that, thanks. I will see you guys tomorrow for episode 159. Gonna hopefully get into the groove of some things, and that's pretty much it. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.